Recording in progress.
Go through some last minute tech checks and then we'll get going very, very soon. Thank you all. Okay, good afternoon all, and welcome to the 2024 VALORANT Game Changers Championship Berlin pre-event Media Day. Today we'll host two press conferences with our 10 Game Changers Championship finalist teams. For the first press conference, we will hear from one player per team from 5 of our qualifying teams. We will then host a second press conference with one player per team from our remaining 5 qualifying teams. For the first press conference, from left to right, media will be able to ask questions to the following players. So on the far left, Shopify Rebellion's Mel, then KRU Blazers Conir, Zipto Esports Alexy, ZETA Division's Suzu, and finally Made in Brazil's Sayuri. Now for the fun stuff, press a bit of housekeeping. Please state your name and outlet before asking a question. If you are joining us on site, please queue behind the mic to ask your questions. And if you are joining us remotely, please use the hand raise function or drop your question via the chat to ask your questions. And finally, we will have translators in case you wanted to ask questions to somebody whose language you don't speak. So without any further ado, we will take it over to the chat first of all. Or if anyone's got a question, sorry. We'll kick it over first of all to Pedro Romero.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can indeed.
All right, thank you so much. First off, I gotta give my thanks to each and every one of you guys for being here, attending this press conference, and giving us the time to answer questions. Gonna send this over first and foremost to Mel. It's another year, another appearance in this competition, but it's the first in what you're doing so as the defending champion. And so, as you return to this stage, I want to know what's the preparation and the feeling like to try to defend the title against the rest of the competition, and how difficult you feel it is for this year and going forward.
Hi, thank you for your question. I think this year, even though there's more teams, there's 10 teams compared to 8 before. I think all the teams here are great. I think everyone plays really well. I think the competition is actually better than ever. So that doesn't mean, for us, that means we work harder. So for us, we've just been working twice as hard as much as we can because we know all the teams here are good, and that, depending on how people play in the day, like upsets can happen. So we're not underestimating anybody.
Okay, next question will go into the room.
Hello.
My name is Sierra, or Zobi. I'm just a freelance commentator. My question is for Alexy. Your opening match of GCC is once again against the past EG players of Starbound, Thea, Coach Jovi. With the changes to their roster and likely no 4 duelists this time, what do you think are going to be the biggest differences in the matchup this time around compared to last year?
I think compared to the last year, they dropped the 3 players, right? Then they changed it to my friends as well, which is Sonder and Donut. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to be against them, and we're not gonna do the same mistake as last year. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And next question over to Okano from Fist Bump.
Hi, I'm Okano Fist Pump. May I ask a question in Japanese for Suzu? She's Japanese.
Yeah, please take it away.
ゼータディビジョンのスズ選手に伺います。アジア予選が終わってからご自身の配信で、チームはまだ未完成とおっしゃっていました。現在のチームの完成度はいかほどなものでしょうか？また自信はどれほどあるでしょうか？
We'll just pause for the question translation in English.
So the question is, working towards this competition, how comfortable or how confident are you in terms of the team strength right now?
And for the answer.
そうですね。完成度的にはまだ未完成ではあるんですけど、完成していく姿をこの大会で見せていければなと思っています。
So we feel like we're not up to the perfection yet, but this tournament is where we will grow and show you how perfection is.
Thank you for the question. We'll kick it over to Arnab now.
Hey guys, am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. My question is for conir. I wanted to know, you guys had a tremendous season this GC, and you guys dominated your whole on your whole region. How different do you think the competition will be here compared to your in your region, and how you guys have prepared for it?
Ok, Conir, la pregunta es, ustedes dominaron Game Changers en su región. ¿Qué tan diferente crees que es la competencia aquí mismo comparada a tu región y cómo se prepararon para ella?
Creo que nos preparamos muy bien. Dimos todo lo que pudimos durante todos los días, básicamente. Nos encerramos las 7 personas, 8 con nuestra manager, a estudiar el juego y a estar siempre juntas para poder tener la mejor sinergia posible. Siento que este año, en comparación al resto, tenemos como mejor preparación en cuanto a staff y en cuanto a lo que tenemos como players. Y en comparación a lo que tenemos con lo que es el Game Changer de la TAM, si bien el nivel no es el mismo, al final de cuentas, el único enemigo que tenemos somos nosotros mismos, y que ese es como lo que tenemos que vencer al final de cuentas. Y siento que con lo que dimos este año va a ser muy bien, que la preparación que tuvimos va a llegar a tener todo lo que necesitamos para poder estar bien dentro del stage, lo que es mañana.
Okay, so she said, I believe that we prepped really well. We did everything that we can these past 2 days. We bootcamp the 8 people and studied the game really well. So we also try to be together all the time for synergy. So this year, compared to also other years, I believe we're better prepared, not only as teams, as a team, as with players, but also with coaching staff. And also comparing to LATAM, even though it's not the same level, we feel that the only enemy is ourselves. So we have to deal with that and play basically against us to perform. And so everything that we did this year, it prepared us really well to be here on stage.
Thank you and all the best for this tournament.
Thank you for the question. We'll go next into the room again for the next question.
Hello, Zobi again. My question this time is for Sayuri. So it's also on being asked on behalf of Emphasis. This is the first time Team Liquid is not representing Brazil, and you guys have already proven that you guys deserve to be here. But do you feel any extra pressure to prove that Brazil is not a one-team region by being that sole representative?
I personally don't feel the pressure because I don't know, I never felt before the pressure while playing the game. So I don't know the rest of my team, but I guess we're just happy to be here. And we're not thinking about the pressure. Oh, we're representing Brazil. Oh, that's scary. No, we are just really happy to be here.
Thank you.
Perfect. We'll go back into the Zoom now, over to Pedro again.
Yeah, this question goes out to each and every person that would like to answer. Now, as each of you guys start your journeys in this competition, I want to know which team do you feel is the biggest obstacle and why?
So we'll go from left to right. So Mel, if you want to kick us off there.
Could you repeat the last two words? Sorry, the biggest.
Biggest challenge as in team, biggest like most difficult opponent, that kind of thing, and why?
So
Okay,
the
got
question
it.
is like
Yeah.
who's the biggest challenge from a team perspective?
It's honestly hard to say. I think every team going to this event is very hungry. You can make that argument for any team, honestly, not to have a non-answer. But I mean, I think the most obvious would be like G2 goes in, MIBR, GC. I mean, but you can make the argument for any team.
Perfect. We'll now stop for translations.
Tony, la pregunta básicamente es, empieza en el torneo, ¿cuál crees que es el mayor challenge o el equipo más difícil con el que se pueden llegar a enfrentar y por qué?
Bueno, para mí todos los equipos son realmente buenos. No siento que haya como un equipo superior al otro. Y no sé, a mi parecer, el que sea con mayor, con mayor esfuerzo para nosotros, para mí es MIBR, sinceramente.
Okay, so she said all the teams here are really good, so I don't feel there's anyone that's superior. But for us, maybe the biggest challenge would be MIBR, sincerely.
To Zipto.
For me, our team don't focus on one team only. We focusing on all the teams that we're gonna be against too. So, but I think for this year, should be G2 Gozen is the most interesting lineup for this year.
今回の大会で最も強敵になるであろうチームがあれば教えてください。
個人的にはシュピファイだと思ってます。すごい不動戦とリスペクトしてるっていうのもあるので、警戒してます。
So personally think that it'll be Shopify. And personally, I really respect Thorson. So watching out for her.
Let's go.
I think every game is going to be a game like really good for us because it's the first time here. So, but the most challenged team, I guess, is going to be Shopify because they're the last year champions, and G2 as well, they're champions as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Pedro, for the question. We'll now kick it over to Ravish.
Hi guys, really happy to be here as always. Just wanted to ask Mel a quick question as well. So Mel, I understand. Look, you've amassed an incredible amount to what your overall competitive career. Do you think anybody else at this table could beat you in a Fortnite 1v1?
So Ravish, thank you for the question, bro. A Fortnite 1v1? You know, let's just say I 1v1 Fluorescent like a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, actually. It was close. I don't even remember who won. I think I won. She thinks she won. It's one of those. But if I had to think, like, anyone here play Fortnite? Anyone? Hey! Okay, maybe me and Siri run some 1v1s. We'll see what happens.
Let's go. That's what I'd like to hear. All right, cheers. Thanks.
Go over to Arnab now again.
Hello, hi again. This time my question is for Suzu. I wanted to know, last year, unfortunately, you guys didn't manage to qualify for the GC Championship, but this year having two spots for Pacific helped you guys to get that spot again. How do you think the scene is overall evolving, specifically in minor regions which are considered such as APAC? How you think Riot has been helping to develop the scene overall for Game Changers?
スー選手への質問です。昨年はこのチャンピオンシップには、残念ながら来れなかったというところだと思うんですが、今年はパシフィックからの進出ということで、2枠あって、進出することができたと思います。この APAC のような、マイナーリージョンにおける、このシーンの成長について、そしてそのライアットとして、このシーンの成長にどういうふうに貢献しているのかみたいなところで、お考えがあればお願いします。
そうですね。まず、女性のシーンがそもそも少ないっていうのと、まあ、もう日本が今、バロラントですごいスポットを浴びてできていると思うので、それの先陣を切って、まあ、女性として、そのバロラントを、まあ、日本からプレイして、まあ、APAC でも勝ってっていう、まあでも、ただひたすら勝ちに向かってやっているだけではあるんですけど、それが今、いろんなところに結びついているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
So still, the women's scene is very small, but because Japan's Valorant scene is quite large, now I'm really happy to be representing the country on the women's scene, and I'm just here to focus on the win. So hopefully that would connect with the growth of the scene overall.
Thank you.
Okay, next question over to Elliot Mays from Remake.
Hi. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you for the qualification to the GCC. My question is going to be for Suzu. This is your second experience here in Berlin for the GCC. And after your quick stint with Funnel in 2022, what do you think of your current form for this tournament with ZETA? And with this international experience in 2022, and your experience gained through those years, how do you approach the competition compared to 2022?
So could you repeat the first question again?
What do you think of your current form for this tournament with ZETA Division?
スー選手にとって今回、2回目の、チャンピオンシップになると思います、フェンネルの後。まず一つ目の質問としては、現状の、このチャンピオンシップに向けての、チームとしてどんな状態であるか。で、二つ目が、この2回目の世界大会ということで、その初回の経験を生かして、どういうふうにしていきたいかという2点お願いします。
1個目もう一回、チームの紹介、状態。チームの状態は今、APAC を得て、すごいいい方向には向かっていると思いますけど、その中でまた新しい問題とかいろんなものができてきてはいるので、それをまあ乗り越えていきたいっていうふう
disappointment, which we have been overcoming. And to the second question, really wanted to, ever since the first competition, really wanted to come back to this international stage as ZETA division. So to be able to achieve that, I'm just really happy about it.
If you can maybe just repeat the previous question, the previous answer, sorry, because like my audio has muted.
Yep, as a team, we feel that through APAC qualifier, which is Game Changers Pacific, we've grown as a team, and we were able to find a lot of problems that through that competition, which we were able to overcome.
Thank you.
Cool. We'll go back to the room now for the next question.
Last one, I promise. Sierra Zobi, Valorant commentator again. This one's for Mel. Sorry to go from Fortnite 1v1s to a little bit of a heart wrencher, but
No worries.
there's a lot of players vying for their second Game Changers Champions trophy, you included, but you're a little bit special because you didn't get to lift that trophy with your team last year since you won it from COVID isolation. Oh, yeah. Does that kind of like add to like the sentimentality for you vying for it, or like how does that kind of affect like your motivation for this tournament here in Berlin?
Thank you for the question. Also, I'm so happy to see you here. Yeah, I think a lot of my motivation actually stems from the fact that I wasn't able to lift the trophy last year. So I guess it's like sort of a buff, nerf at the time, but now it's like I still haven't felt what it actually feels like to lift the trophy. And I know my teammates are motivated to help me actually lift it, like physically, like weight wise, but also just like getting me to that point. So it affects my motivation a lot. I really, really want to do that. Hopefully we do, and I'm able to lift it, but yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll kick it back over to Pedro.
Yes, got a question over to Alexy. Obviously, when it comes to comparing your respective team to last year's team, which was back then known as Team SMG, is comparing it to now, it's been only one change within that squad, that being Terra for Kohibi. That said, how do you kind of look back on that team's run in 2022, finishing fourth place, losing to Team Liquid Brazil, and now as you guys are kind of in the same position technically, besides the roster change, and so and what do you think is the biggest difference between this year's squad and last year's squad with that change in personnel in mind?
For me, last year we are all just running all around, and I would say this year we are way more disciplined. And for the addition of Tara, also she also helps us a lot in terms of the discipline for the team. So yeah, I'm just gonna look forward for our game against FlyQuest. Thank you.
Okay, we'll have time for two more questions. So we'll go over to Sons of Chaos now. You're still muted. Kirby? Last call. Oh,
Hi, thank you. First of all, thank you, Gears, for the space that you bring us here. My question is for Conir. How do you feel as a team by being the LATAM representation? Do you think that there is a difference in competing in LATAM than in other regions? ¿Cómo se sienten como equipo siendo la representación de LATAM en esta competencia? ¿Sienten que hay alguna diferencia importante compitiendo en LATAM a diferencia que en otras regiones?
Sí, hay mucha diferencia en competir en LATAM. Partiendo por lo que es el macro del juego, siento que aún falta mucho por aprender en LATAM, y ser un poco más como conscientes de que son un player profesional y que tienen que ir mejorando. Siento que falta mucho por parte de cada una de intentar mejorar y no dar el 100%, dar el 200% para ser muchísimo mejor. Y eso es lo que está diferenciando en este momento lo que es nuestra región con el resto. Que básicamente como que es tomárselo en serio y querer mejorar y tener hambre de querer ganar, que es lo que nos está como costando ese pasito.
Okay, so she said micro-wise, there's a lot to improve in LATAM, and also be conscious that they're pro players and they need to improve on that because they not only have to give the 100%, they have to give also the 200%. So that's the difference between LATAM and the rest of the regions. It's taking it more seriously and want to improve and have that hunger to improve.
Okay, very final question. We'll kick it over to Ravish.
Here we go. Hey, sorry. Hey guys, back here. Me again. Real quick. Sorry. I don't know if this has been asked before, and my question is to Mel real quick. Mel, by the way, so the canal incidents that happened not too long ago. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about what happened? Does Leica have dysentery? Is she still alive? Do you need a new manager now? Are you guys okay? Please tell me everything.
So the canal incident did happen. I can verify. I bore witness to that. And second, I just don't think there's a greater manager than Leica. She literally went into a freezing cold, dirty canal to get my teammate Sarah phone out of the water. Literally went back to the hotel, got towels, came back, put her Crocs on, got down and dirty, picked up that phone, dried off, and was like, "You guys want to go to the cathedral?" Best manager ever. That's all I have to say.
Jesus Christ. All right, cool. Good. No, shout out Leica.
Shout out Leica, love her.
Thank you, Mel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes the first press conference. So thank you to Mel, Conir, Alexy, Suzu, and Sayuri for joining us. Press, we will have about a 5-minute breather and then we'll kick off press conference number 2, okay? Just waiting for our translator to join us, and then we'll kick off in about 2 minutes.
Check.
No, not yet.
No.
You didn't either?
No. Waiting for what? Waiting for my team. A 3?
Oh, they're coming at 3? Mine is leaving at 3.
You're gonna do it before me.
No.
Do you have features today? Get there.
What do you think about Mary?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna that out.
Okay, I think we're good to get going now with the second press conference. So from left to right, media will be able to ask questions to the following players. So we've got FlyQuest Reds Sonder, G2 Gozen's Mini,
Mimi.
Mimi, Falcon Vega's Mary, ALG's Yusin, and Giant X's Sarah. So first question, we'll go over to Pedro.
Petro.
Who?
Petro.
Pedro.
Oh,
Pedro.
Pedro.
Pedro right here.
Pedro.
Pedro right here in the screen in the microphone. So that said, thank you guys so much for giving us the time and doing this press conference. I'm gonna send my first question over to Mary. Obviously, it's been a long journey for you to return to this point. You know, you had to go through stepping away from the game, pursue other things, return to the game, qualify with another team, and return to this competition. That said, I want to ask you how do you kind of look back on your journey to this point, and what do you think has been some of the biggest pros and cons, you know, amidst this entire process for you?
I mean, it feels good to be back. After taking a whole year to finish off my studies. I'm so glad that I got to qualify back here in Berlin. And it feels really weird. It's like deja vu and like, you know, getting to see my ex-teammates, the people that I won with. As in for the advantages and disadvantages, I mean, I'm just here to play and to have fun and, you know, whatever results we get, I'll still be happy. Yeah, but it would be nice to get a 2x though. So, yeah.
Thank you for the question. Next question in the room.
Hello, my name is Sierra Erzobi, just freelance esports commentator. My question goes to Sonder for FlyQuest Red. So you were denied the ability to return to GCC and finish what you started the last time you were in Berlin last season when EG made their main event 3 Miracle run. How does it feel to be back and get that opportunity now, especially that we're back in Berlin and you're also playing alongside those past EG members?
I think it's good to be back. I mean, last year I didn't make champs, but this year I'm here again in the same place against the same people. Didn't get the same desk with some people that I know. It really feels surreal and like what Mary said, like here to have fun. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next question we'll go over to Anna.
Hi guys, Arnabia, freelancer. My question is open. Actually, it's for both Mary and Sarah. You guys have an experience playing with G2 Guzan. This time you guys will be playing against them. What do you think is their strong suit? And what do you think is their weaknesses that you guys can capitalize upon?
Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
Yeah,
I
no
didn't
worries.
hear the last bits.
My question is, what do you think personally is their strengths and their weaknesses individually or as a team, which you guys can capitalize during the game?
So like against G2, are you saying? Or
Yeah, since you guys
like what
have
are their
already,
strengths and weaknesses?
yeah.
Nice.
Since
Is that what you're trying to say, or that like
yeah,
they're
yes, just because you guys have played with them, you guys
oh
know them inside and out. So do you think it's a pro for you guys to compete against them? And you guys are playing constantly with them in GC EMEA as well.
I mean, I have all my respect to them. They have experience and I've won with them. So I think as a strength, they have the experience. Actually, I shouldn't be. I'm feeding egos here. Uh, no, I'm kidding. I have all respect to them, to be honest. It's always fun to play against them. And we always, I mean, I hope this time if we end up playing against them, we put up a good fight. Because the last time it wasn't so great. But yeah, no, their strength as a team is that they have experience, they have that experience, and they have like a bond. I mean, so whoever joins them is lucky. I'd say that. Uh, but yeah, it would be nice to play against them again.
Yeah, I would say the same. Like they have a lot of experience and playing with them, you become their friends, and you can see they have a really strong friendship within the team. Uh, weaknesses? I don't know. Just
Say
I don't know. But like playing against them,
Oh
it's
wait,
really
I have a weakness. They're boomers. Sorry guys, you guys are gonna get very old.
What the hell?
Sorry. I'm being honest.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. You're a
Yeah.
boomer.
playing
But
against
you
them
can
is
still
really-
shoot though. They have like some magic spell or something. You know the magic cream they put on for anti-aging?
Yeah, that's
That's what
in our
you're
arms.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you for your answers and all the best to everyone during the champions.
Thank you.
Cool. We'll kick it back over to Pedro now.
Yes, I'm gonna send this one over to Sandra. Obviously, Alexa had to be put into the team as an emergency sub for Sandra, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it to this competition. I want to ask you, how has that process been, and what kind of led to you guys, having Alexa join the team, in such a role, and how difficult it might be also.
I mean, honestly, the core is still there. It's me, Eva, Madvi, and Toki. So it's not much of a worry. It's a Sentinel role change. And good thing is that we knew that this might happen. So we had our backups. So yeah, we got to spend at least like 2 or 3 weeks to practice with Lexa. And honestly, she's doing such a great job, and I'm happy to see her on stage. But as in for Sandra, well, it's very unfortunate that she couldn't get her visa on time. But yeah, we'll make sure to win it for her, hopefully.
Okay, thank you for the question. We'll go over to Elliot now from Remake.
Hi. First of all, congratulations for qualifying in the GCC. My question is going to be for Mimi. I will quote Tibalt, your manager, when announcing your roster at the beginning of the year. GC Championship is obviously a goal, but our eyes are on the VCL. You almost qualified during Split 1, but lost in a close match against the promoted team. What do you think was missing for Gozen to get this spot? And do you learn any useful lesson from it that maybe you can share with us?
I mean, we lost to the winners, so at least that's a positive thing. I guess we learned that, we need to work harder, and there's a few things that we're missing out on in terms of like decision making or utility usage or these small stuff, because it was not the shooting back part that was the bad part, but it was actually like how to really play the game on a better level. So we've been working hard on that this year, ever since we lost against them. And hopefully when we have the next one in February, that we will be able to make it.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. We'll go over to the room again now.
Hello, Sierra or Zobi, freelance commentator. My question also goes to Mimi, kind of in the same vein of co-ed competition. You've had a very packed schedule recently, right? You went Rosen with Spotlight Series, now GCC, and then you go right into Red Bull Homeground play-ins as well. How has this kind of scheduling impacted kind of your preparation for this event, and what have been some of the takeaways from it?
I mean, we definitely lost a week or two to prepare for champions, but we
kind of made it up by learning from Brosen, right? That was the whole goal of actually going into Spotlight, because we got like Valen, one of the best IGLs, if not the best in Americas right now. And that is really what I wanted from it, to learn from him and understand like how Tier 1 thinks and how we can put that into the schedule for GCC. And that's why we sacrificed the preparation for champs to do it. But overall, I think it's just been fun more than anything, different experiences, and also kind of getting to taste a bit of what Tier 1 schedule would look like, because it's been a lot. Because before Spotlight, it was also split 3, so it's been like now week 8 or 9 of bootcamp at this point. So yeah, I'm just excited for this now.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we've got a question for Yusin. So the question is, there are a lot of eyes on China because of their recent VCT Champions title. Do you feel that pressure? We've got a translator in the room.
没有中文吗？
是的，是的，可以，我先帮你，请问能听到吗？
就他问你，就是
刚
刚就是得到了这个 VCT 世界冠军的这个头衔，在我们这个赛区，就会对你造成任何压力吗？
不会，因为我和我的队伍们非常努力，然后取得这个成绩，我们是很开心的，然后我们很兴奋，能就是打接下来的比赛，然后我们会努力这样。
And the translation back now. English.
Can you hear me?
Not very clearly. Just speak a little louder.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the translator, sorry. You want to try again?
She said she didn't.
That's a little bit better.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, she said that she didn't feel too much pressure, and this time they came to Berlin, and they will definitely gonna try their best to show to all around the world what they capable of to represent for CLE.
Thank you very much for the translation. We'll now go over to Fernando.
Thank you very much. Hi guys, Fernando from Game Arena Brazil. My question goes for Mimi. So of course, a great season so far. 22 wins out of 24 matches. The first time you got a three-peat, first time you coming to GCC as seed 1. I want to know what makes this team so special and so good at the same time.
Yo, what's up, Nando? I think that one thing that makes this team special is the friendship within us. It really creates a special kind of trust outside the game, which really speaks to inside the game. And also, there's a lot of talent on this team. Like, we might be 2 boomers, but we're also 3 zoomers.
She
Okay.
actually took it. She's so offended, guys.
So yeah, there's a lot of talent, but we've really been working hard on making sure it's formed into team play rather than individual hero plays. Yeah.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next over to Pedro Romero again.
Yes, I'm gonna send it over to Yushin this time. Obviously, you appeared also in this competition last year as a member of EDG. You guys ultimately were eliminated in the first round of the lower bracket. I just want to ask to you, how do you kind of look back on that experience in that kind of environment, having to play with a substitute, and how do you compare that to how it is right now with your current team, and what do you think is the biggest difference in that regard in terms of last year to this year?
And for the translation,
Hello.
a little bit quiet still. Try again.
Can Yushin hear me? I mean, can Yushin hear me? Hello.
A little low.
Little low, yeah, still a little low. If you can speak a little bit louder.
I'll be louder. Yushin 可以听到吗？
可以。
他说到了，其实去年你也是作为 EDGS 的一员，有参与到来到柏林的赛事当中，但是当时很可惜呢，是在败者组，然后在第一轮的比赛当中就是遗憾止步了。然后其实当时你们是在一个不得已的情况之下跟替补队员一起上场打的嘛，但是相较于今年你们这样的一个阵容的话，你觉得对比下来，你觉得现是怎样的一个心态？包括你觉得有什么不同进入到这次比赛当中呢？
因为这次都是就是首发去打这个比赛，所以我觉得我们从以前的配合到现在，我觉得这次会更有信心的，因为跟这群队友配合了很久，这样。
She said, "This time we come with our full roster and compare our cooperation to before in the past. So like this time, I got more confident."
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll now go over to Arnav. We've got time for a few more questions. So Arnav, take a question, please.
Hi again. This time my question is for Sonder. After winning the GC close qualifiers against Shopify Rebellion, you guys had somewhat tier 2 Valorant experience and playing against different teams, including NRGs, Neon Dream, and some sort of tournaments. Then again, you went back to play the final GC series, where unfortunately you lost to Shopify Rebellion. But how this schedule has been helping you guys to shape up for this particular tournament, and whom do you think personally is one of the toughest competition here?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, sure. My question is, you guys, after winning the close qualifier against Shopify Rebellion, you guys lost in the final GC series, but you guys managed to secure your spot for Game Changers Berlin. Meanwhile, you guys played few off-season tournaments, which I'm surely helped you guys to learn a lot. How do you think that has helped you prepare for this particular tournament, and whom do you think is one of the tough competition? Which team is one of the tough competition in this whole championship?
You're talking about like teams in this tournament?
Yep.
Like teams
GC.
there, okay. I mean, the schedule has definitely like the tournament off-season tournaments were like definitely keeping us on par with like still playing in tournaments and having matches to play instead of just scrims. But I think like really good confident teams definitely G2. I think ZETA, they're definitely like the APAC Tiles team. Like they're very good individually. MIBR as well. Honestly, like every single team has definitely been better. Like every single team definitely has like good showing, and I think all of them all have a chance to be able to win. Yeah.
Thank you. Just a quick follow-up on this. I know last year you weren't able to play against Zepto, but your teammates did, and we saw the amazing 4 duelist composition from them. Do you guys have any expectations facing off them in the first matchup?
I personally don't have experience against Zipto, but my teammates definitely have, and I think them having the first-hand experience to play against them will help them better adjust to when it actually is game time, and we'll do better this time.
Thank you, and again, all the best to everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, last 2 questions, so we'll go to one in the room.
Yeah, my question is for Sarah from Ginex. So this panel has many G2 alumni, as we've pointed out, and I'm actually going to steal kind of a excerpt from Mary in your interview with Winter recently, where you kind of said that you had a sense of accomplishment from like joining a new team and building it from the ground up and making champs again. Is that kind of a similar sentiment you might share here, Sarah? Like leaving G2, joining Ginex, and still making champs again? Does that add to like any kind of like emotion or motivation to win it now?
Yeah. From G2, I basically learned everything I know now. Like Mimi was a great leader for me, and taking on an IGL role for the last like 4 or 5 months I definitely like learned a lot from her, and definitely helped me as a player be more confident.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, very last question over to Fernando.
Thank you. So Fernando Guimarães, Brazil. My question goes for Mary. Your first time playing against a Chinese team. I want to know your expectations coming back from the international stage. How are you feeling for this match?
I mean, never underestimate your enemies, of course. I'm looking forward for the match, obviously. We played versus them, I think, 2 years ago. Similar roster, I think. What was the team called?
Yeah, some of the
X10?
players. Yeah.
Yeah, some of their players. And I'm pretty sure with like the upcoming years, like 2 years already went by, so I'm sure they'll put up a great fight. And I'm looking very forward to the match tomorrow.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that concludes the second press conference now. So thank you to Sonder, Mimi, Mary, Yusin, and Sarah for joining us. And thank you, press, for all your questions and for joining us today. Good luck to all of you in the competition and see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cute.
Can I have you guys?
Of course.